Welcome to this week's episode of Go Statesmen TV. I'm Katie Smith. 2 weeks away from its first conference game of the 2013-2014 season, the Delta State men's basketball team hosted two non-conference games here at Walter Stiller's Coliseum in Cleveland. First up, it was Selma University and then Champion Baptist. Let's check out the highlights. The Bulldogs visiting from Selma, Alabama for the Statesmen's fifth game of the young season, and the visitors come out hot. Selma goes up 6 points about 4 minutes in. But then Delta State settles. Jack Magin with a wide open three, cutting into Selma's lead. Another chance from beyond the arc. Mike Weems even has time to check his feet before draining the shot. Statesmen now up 10-7. We're about 8 minutes in now on the inbounds play. Freshman Devin Schmidt drives baseline, lays in the score. DSU with a 5-point lead. Statesmen starting to find holes in the defense. Magin to Mike Washington on the block, 16-12. Delta State now leading. 7 minutes to go in the first half. Washington again uses those long arms. Statesmen up by 6. Showing some muscle in the paint. Schmidt goes to Willie Reedus. He goes right over the rim for a 33-21 Delta State lead. A minute to play before half now. Another good look on the long shot for the Statesmen. Schmidt nails it. DSU takes a 40-32 lead into the locker room. Second half action here. Delta State starting to get a pretty good lead. Magin drives this time, banks it in. That's a 19-point lead for the Statesmen. Alistair Chisholm coming off the bench to contribute. A little help from Weems, and the three is good. About 11 minutes left in the game. Statesmen out in front. Ball gets to Weems. He lays it in. Delta now up by 24 points. Schmidt driving, dumps to Reedus. Willie goes under the bucket to score. 78-55 Statesmen with 9 minutes to go. Time winding down, but Delta shooting is still hot. Magin from beyond the arc. 28-point lead for the Statesmen. Delta State goes on to beat Selma 90-71. With that win on Wednesday, the Statesmen had to quickly prepare for Saturday's game against Champion Baptist out of Hot Springs, Arkansas. First half, about 5 minutes in, it's a tie game. Devin Schmidt looking to inbound the ball, gives it to Mike Washington. He's taller than everyone else. Mike scores, makes it 7-5 DSU. 11:39 to play when Alistair Chisholm drives but dumps to Willie Reedus. He easily lays it in. 6-point lead for the Statesmen. This time the defense collapses on Reedus. He passes to Chisholm, who gives it to Mike Weems. From 3-point range, he drains the shot. 18-9, Delta State leading. Schmidt drives, kicks to Cornell Knight. He hits Chisholm on the post. Alistair scores and draws the foul. Completes a 3-point play. It's 22-9 Statesmen. 6 minutes left in the half. Schmidt drives straight to the hoop. Lays it in for the score. DSU with a 15-point lead. At halftime, it's even bigger. Statesmen up by 26, 41-15. Second half here, Washington goes from the foul line through the paint for the bucket. Delta dominating in the paint. Schmidt passes inside to Reedus. Willie easily turns around, hits a short jumper. 47-21 Statesmen. On the inbound, about 10 minutes left now. Magin starts to drive, stops and pops at the foul line. 29-point lead. A little more scoring here. Chisholm's defender jumps, so Alistair goes under him and up over the rim to make it 66-30. About 4 minutes left in the game now. Joey Lillis grabs the rebound for Delta State, works his way back to the basket, makes it a 38-point lead. The clock winds down from there. Delta State beats Champion Baptist 78-37.
Well, I'm really pleased with the week overall. I thought that the Selma game was a really tough game. I felt that we came out in the beginning of that game and everybody was trying to hit that proverbial 8-point shot. You don't win in 5 minutes, you win in 40 minutes. I thought we really settled in and had a good second half and learned a ton. And then to be able to have a couple days of work and come in here and play against Champions Baptist in the manner that we did, I couldn't be more pleased. We grinded it out for 40 minutes. We were very unselfish in our play, and I was really pleased with our effort, particularly on the defensive end, where I thought we turned it up a whole nother level.
With the preseason wrapping up for the Statesmen, head coach Jim Boone says he has plenty to take away from Delta State's non-conference schedule.
Well, there's a lot to be learned. The first thing and the theme for this week has been do what we do. And you have a tendency at times in games such as these to get out of character both individually and as a team. And I thought our team, after that first 8 to 10 minutes against Selma, did a really good job in the next 30 minutes and then did a great job tonight over the course of 40 minutes. It also gives you an opportunity to develop your bench and to play some guys that may not get an opportunity to play when you're playing games that are decided by 3 or 4 points every night. So tonight we did get to play everybody, and everybody extended minutes. The only thing I would probably have liked to have done tonight was played some of our guys off the bench in the first half. But I felt your guys that have earned, being in that top 7 or 8 because of what they do in practice every day, they deserve an opportunity to get some minutes in those type of games too. So lastly, it gives us an opportunity to play some people in a few different positions. And then what was great tonight as well is Champions Baptist played us some zone, because we've seen very little zone this year, and it gave us a chance to attack someone else's zone as opposed to the one that we throw out in practice. So there's a lot of things you get from tonight, and the biggest thing is that our guys feel really good about themselves right now, and they should feel really good about themselves because they've earned that opportunity.
Against Selma and Champion Baptist, the Statesman bench was good for 52 points. Coach Boone says he likes what he sees from the non-starters.
I do. We've got a long way to go with that, but those guys, it's hard. We've got guys that look really good in practice, and then all of a sudden they get in the game and maybe they're a step behind, or they're rushing things a little bit or what have you. But until you get in the game with the lights on, the officials running up and down the court, and a crowd, it's just different. So they need that opportunity, and we're going to need those guys throughout this year. We're going to need them as we go into conference play, and it's good to have chances to get them in the game now so that they've had those experiences, and they're going to be much more comfortable when the opportunity presents itself the next time.
Not to get ahead of ourselves, Delta hasn't even played a conference game yet, but there are already some noticeable differences from last season.
I don't like to make comparisons of one team, to a previous team, but as we're building, there's a lot of things. There's changes in our infrastructure, just today, and the work that our team put in today, coming in for our walkthrough this morning. And our walkthrough is really, it's a game day practice. The attitude and the effort that we're seeing in that was outstanding. How we came in and approached today, prior to the game, and our pre-game warm-up, just all those things, we're so much further ahead of where we were last year at this time. And then obviously, I think in terms of how we're playing, our inside play is so much more dominant right now. And that's not to speak negatively about last year's team. Last year's team was set up differently, and that's why I really don't like to compare as much than this year's team. This year's team is set up where our inside play is our #1 focus, and our perimeter play comes off of our inside play. So some of the things that I've seen from this team that I really like, that we've made huge steps of improvement on, is our ability to understand when there's a double or triple team and looking for the next option. And I thought we did a really good job with that tonight.
A dominant inside game is definitely a big difference from last year. Against Selma, Willie Regis recorded a double-double and barely missed that mark against Champion Baptist. He's doing exactly what Coach Boone wants him to do.
He's really tough to defend in there. We've got to become a little bit more diverse in how we create opportunities for him to score inside. You can't throw the whole menu at him at first. You've got to do a little bit by little bit. And as we go along each week, our playbook becomes a little bit thicker as we add more diversity and more opportunities to create those chances for him to score.
With Gulf South Conference play just around the corner, Coach Boone notes there are things to work on.
We're going to have to become much better defensively, particularly on the ball. I love tonight. Tonight we were able to get up and pressure the basketball. And, you know, Champions Baptist, I give them a ton of credit to come into the venues they have and play as hard as they play for the 40 minutes, knowing it's going to be a tough night out. But with that being said, they've got some guys that can put it on the floor and drive it and do some things. And I thought our guys, we put them in a position where you've got to go pressure the ball. And we were able to pressure the ball without fouling, and for the most part, keep them in front of us. Those things are hard to replicate in practice, so to see it happen in the game was significant. But that's something that we have to continue to work on and get much better with. Offensively, and again, tonight's game presented us with that as well. Just the mentality that we're going to work to get what we want, not what you're going to give to us. You know, a lot of times you hear the axiom that we'll take what the defense gives us. No, we want to take what we want. In basketball, we can do that. It's it's not a one-play deal. It's a possession is 35 seconds, and we want to grind that possession and exhaust every opportunity to get what we're looking for and to play off of that as opposed to take what the defense gives us.
So 2 wins on their home court. Statesmen moved to 4-1 on the season. I'm Katie Smith. Stay tuned to Go Statesman TV. Caroline George is up next with head men's soccer coach Nick Glazer.
North Sunflower Medical Center in Rouville is proud to announce the addition of board-certified orthopedic surgeon Dr. Wayne Dotson to our team. An orthopedic surgeon treats musculoskeletal trauma, skeletal disease, and sports injuries using both surgical and non-surgical techniques, including joint replacement, arthroscopic surgery, and more. Dr. Dotson has extensive experience in the Delta and beyond, using the latest in surgical techniques when needed to ensure a healthy and speedy recovery. Call or have your provider refer you to Dr. Wayne Dotson for a consultation and find out why more people are saying, "Take me to Rouville."
Yeah, you can be the greatest, you can be the best, you can be the King Kong banging on your chest.
You could beat the world, you could beat the war, you could talk to God, go banging on his door.
You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock.
Yeah.
Abraham's in historic downtown Cleveland has clothed the Delta since 1979. Shirts, sweaters, and khakis by Southern Tide and Polo are favorites on all college campuses. Costa sunglasses with mountain khakis and jeans by Big Star, True Religion, and Silver. Abraham's has a large assortment of the North Face and Patagonia outerwear for men, women, and children. Cole Haan and Tom shoes, plus the finest tie collection in Mississippi. Team up with dress shirts by Polo and Ike Behar. Abraham's carries a large inventory of fine suits and sport coats by Ralph Lauren, S. Cohen, and Abraham's own private label. Abraham's in historic downtown Cleveland.
Millions of people grow up in a family of immigrants. But not everyone stops at nothing to reach their dream. Even fewer have the patience, passion, and perseverance to achieve success. A dream is for those who sleep. I live mine. I'm Pitbull, and I'm one of a kind. Darling.
As an economist, I meet with many business leaders who just don't understand the true cost of documents. Unmanaged fleets, dysfunctional workflow, it's chaos. It's profit-killing chaos.
Mississippi owned and operated, the Image Specialist in Southern Duplicating is Mississippi's only full-line Kyocera dealer. Kyocera's full-line copiers, printer, and faxes offer robust work solutions while offering industry-leading lowest total cost of ownership, offering rental, leasing, and purchasing options. Let the Image Specialist in Southern Duplicating help grow your business.
Welcome back to GoStatesmen TV. I'm Caroline George, joined by head men's soccer coach Nick Glazer. Thanks for being here with us.
Thank you.
All right, so you started your coaching career kind of at University of Memphis and was the assistant coach for 6 seasons there. How did that kind of mold you into the type of coach that you wanted to be here for your first season at Delta State?
Yeah, working under Richie Grant there, he's a fantastic coach. He was my coach in college, and the reason I got into coaching, so to be able to be mentored by him at my alma mater and at a high level was an opportunity that I couldn't pass up. So it the way it kind of helped shape me is something I'm hoping to pass on to my assistants here is you're thrown into it. So we got to do a lot of coaching and recruiting and budgeting and learn all aspects of the program.
All right, so the 2013 season marked the first season for you here at DSU. Tell us about how your first season went.
Yeah, I mean, it was we had some ups and downs, but I really was proud of the boys for fighting all year. We had a really tough schedule, one that we inherited. But when you have to play everybody in the Gulf South Conference twice, that's 16 games right there.
That's true.
And we're one of the best conferences in the country, and there's no forgiveness there. So to beat Christian Brothers and to tie West Dow at home and to get some of those results was. I wish we'd have had a few more. I think the boys deserved a few more, but we're excited to get going into the spring and build on kind of some foundation that we built in the fall.
So what expectations did you have entering your first season as a head coach, and did you meet those? You still got some you want to try to meet?
Yeah, we're just didn't have expectations. I was learning the conference. I was learning the team, and anytime you take over, you've got to kind of cater and not cater, but garner the team to the way you want, and so the expectations. I think we've got this foundation built now that we so desperately wanted to get built, and so that's exciting for moving forward.
All right, so you were 3-14-1 overall, and 2-11-1, like you said, in a very tough GSC conference. Like you said, also one of those. The tie was a double overtime tie with West Alabama, and the 3 of the wins came from, again, over extra time, double overtime win over Union 2-1, single overtime win over Christian Brothers 1-0, and 2 overtime win over Ouachita, kind of to close out the season 2-1. So out of 5. You had 5 total games this year where the boys went extra overtime. I know that was stressful for you. It was stressful for the fans, for Delta's, everybody watching Delta State. What was the deal with that? Why could they not, just get it done in regulation?
We talked about that, and I think it was, first off, I just want to say that was, prior to this season, we had never won an overtime game. And, that was something that the boys talked about last year, not being able to win in overtime or not feeling that they could win in overtime. And that was something that is a total credit to them in the way we trained and this fall to, like you said, have 5 overtimes and get results in 4 of them. So, that's kind of the foundation that we're talking about. That belief in what you're doing is going to pay off. So, but the other half of that is, can we not get into overtime games? But it's nice to know that if you do have to go into overtime, that the majority of the time you're going to come out on top.
Oh, yeah. It was absolutely a testament to, their mental toughness and, they can battle and perform really well.
Yeah.
So, Amin Rahmani was named first team All-GSC. He was one of your better players this year. Kind of tell us about what it was like coaching a player like him.
It's a joy because Amin he's got a great soccer brain, and for him, I was really happy this year because he avoided a lot of injuries, and so he, I think for himself was happy to be able to play through the year, and for us selfishly, being first team All GSC is a big deal, so we want him out there as well. One of the things we're going to ask Amin to do is take more of a role as we move forward, because if he's a first team All Conference player in the GSC, he needs to be showing that day in, day out, and he's more than capable of doing that. So we're excited to have him as we move forward and add some players around him.
Definitely looking forward to having him back next year. What's the plan up until Christmas and for next spring? What's going on?
We have mandatory time off right now, but the boys, they are working on their own. They wanted a weight program, they wanted some fitness, they wanted to be able to get out and work with the ball. So, we can't be there with them and we can't make them, but they're doing that on their own, which is exciting because it's their eagerness to say, hey, we want to get better, we want to get better, we want to get better. So
awesome. So I know off season is crucial for you and your assistant coaches just with recruiting itself. So tell us about what kind of athlete you look for when you're recruiting.
Yeah, we talk about this all the time in the office. I think where we have a unique advantage here at Delta State, because once kids get on campus, they fall in love with it, with the community, with the school, with the student body. So that's one of the areas we really try and push, is to get kids here. And for us right now, we're really pushing for Mississippi kids, whether it be junior college or club, because we are, we're the only, well, Mississippi College will join next year, but, the Division II men's soccer team, we're the only NCAA team in the state of Mississippi. So it's not known, widely through Mississippi. But, so we want the best Mississippi kid. Then we're going to go and we're going to try and recruit the best kids in the region. And then we're going to go and we're going to add a few international players here and there. So that's kind of the plan. Andy is headed over to England over the Christmas break, so he'll be doing some recruiting there. I'll head down to Florida. I'm headed to Dallas. We're headed down to Louisiana in a couple weeks, so we're getting out there and we're getting after it.
All right. Well, congratulations on your finishing up your first season, and good luck next year. For head coach Nick Glazer, I'm Caroline George for GoStatesmen TV.
As an economist, I meet with many business leaders who just don't understand the true cost of documents. Unmanaged fleets, dysfunctional workflow, it's chaos. It's profit-killing chaos.
Mississippi-owned and operated, the Image Specialist in Southern Duplicating is Mississippi's only full-line Kyocera dealer. Kyocera's full-line copiers, printer, and faxes offer robust work solutions while offering industry-leading lowest total cost of ownership. Offering rental, leasing, and purchasing options, let the Image Specialist in Southern Duplicating help grow your business.
North Sunflower Medical Center in Ruleville is your full-service healthcare provider. Whether it's an emergency, wound care, daily preventative health screening, swing bed and outpatient rehabilitation, to our outstanding staff and team of surgeons, you'll find we treat the whole you. North Sunflower Medical Center has become the Delta's leader in providing complete, quality medical services to residents and visitors of Sunflower County and beyond. Come by and see why people say, "Take me to Ruleville."
Millions of girls are told they're pretty, but not many end up becoming a model. Even fewer decide to put their face in front of someone who wants to rearrange it. And now, instead of fighting for a cover shot, I'm fighting for gold. I'm Michaela Mayer, and I'm one of a kind.
Abraham's, in historic downtown Cleveland, has clothed the Delta since 1979. Shirts, sweaters, and khakis. My Southern Tide and Polo are favorites on all college campuses. Costa sunglasses with mountain khakis and jeans. My Big Star, True Religion, and Silver. Abraham's has a large assortment of the North Face and Patagonia outerwear for men, women, and children. Cole Haan and Tom shoes, plus the finest tie collection in Mississippi. Team up with dress shirts by Polo and Ike Behar. Abraham's carries a large inventory of fine suits and sport coats by Ralph Lauren, S. Cohen, and Abraham's own private label. Abraham's in historic downtown Cleveland.
Welcome back to Go Statesmen TV. Let's talk Lady Statesmen basketball. The Delta State women hit the road on Saturday, November 23rd for a non-conference matchup with Stillman College in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. DSU brought home a 70-49 win, improving to 3-1 on the year so far. The Lady Statesmen held Stillman to just 17 points in the first half, but the second half was more of a battle. Delta only outscored Stillman by 6. Seneca Walton picked up yet another double-double. She led all scorers with 20 points and pulled down 10 rebounds. Chelsea Rhodes contributed 18 points, scoring 3 three-pointers. Randy Ball added 10. Becca Rux had 6 points. Shanae Govan and Anissa Jackson added 5. Mary Carol Davis and Alexis Ross both hit 2 points, and Kenesha Henry and Ashley Brown each hit 1 foul shot. Coming up this week, the Lady Statesmen are back at Walter Stillers Coliseum in Cleveland for a game with in-state school Belhaven University. The game is Tuesday, November 26th. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. Other action this week includes 2 games for the men's basketball team. The Statesmen are on the road for a tough test against Henderson State on Tuesday, then back home at Stillers to face Cumberland University out of Tennessee on Saturday, November 30th. That game tips at 4 in the afternoon. Heading into next week, the Lady Statesmen travel to Payne College on Monday. You can keep up with scores, game recaps, and video highlights at GoStatesmen.com. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at DSU Statesmen. Be sure to like our Facebook page and go in-depth with Delta State Athletics on our YouTube channel. For GoStatesmenTV, I'm Katie Smith.
Millions of people grow up in a family of immigrants. But not everyone stops at nothing to reach their dream. Even fewer have the patience, passion, and perseverance to achieve success. A dream is for those who sleep. I live mine. I'm Pitbull, and I'm one of a kind. Darling.
North Sunflower Medical Center in Ruleville is your full-service healthcare provider. Whether it's an emergency, wound care, daily preventative health screening, swing bed and outpatient rehabilitation, to our outstanding staff and team of surgeons, you'll find we treat the whole you. North Sunflower Medical Center has become the Delta's leader in providing complete, quality medical services to residents and visitors of Sunflower County and beyond. Come by and see why people say, "Take me to Ruleville."
As an economist, I meet with many business leaders who just don't understand the true cost of documents. Unmanaged fleets, dysfunctional workflow, it's chaos. It's profit-killing chaos.
Mississippi owned and operated, the Image Specialist in Southern Duplicating is Mississippi's only full-line Kyocera dealer. Kyocera's full-line copiers, printer, and faxes offer robust work solutions while offering industry-leading lowest total cost of ownership, offering rental, leasing, and purchasing options. Let the Image Specialist in Southern Duplicating help grow your business.
North Sunflower Medical Center in Ruleville is proud to announce the addition of board-certified orthopedic surgeon Dr. Wayne Dotson to our team. An orthopedic surgeon treats musculoskeletal trauma, skeletal disease, and sports injuries using both surgical and non-surgical techniques, including joint replacement, arthroscopic surgery, and more. Dr. Dotson has extensive experience in the Delta and beyond, using the latest in surgical techniques when needed to ensure a healthy and speedy recovery. Call or have your provider refer you to Dr. Wayne Dotson for a consultation and find out why more people are saying, "Take me to Ruleville."
Abraham's in historic downtown Cleveland has clothed the Delta since 1979. Shirts, sweaters, and khakis by Southern Tide and Polo are favorites on all college campuses. Costa sunglasses with mountain khakis and jeans by Big Star, True Religion, and Silver. Abraham's has a large assortment of the North Face and Patagonia outerwear for men, women, and children. Cole Haan and Tom shoes, plus the finest tie collection in Mississippi. Team up with dress shirts by Polo and Ike Behar. Abraham's carries a large inventory of fine suits and sport coats by Ralph Lauren, S. Cohen, and Abraham's own private label. Abraham's in historic downtown Cleveland.
I was recruited by Coach Clark and Coach Tanner. It was for basketball. I'm just a normal girl playing basketball. I didn't know very much. They came out, met with my parents. I was being recruited by them in Mississippi State. And quite naturally, when I came here, I felt more at home. It was more close, family feel and smaller school, and I didn't want to feel like a number. So when I got here, everybody made me feel so welcome. I have so many great memories here, and what capped it off is when in this Hall of Fame, well, being nominated in the Hall of Fame, I didn't expect anything like that, because when I came here to get, like I said, a degree. Got my degree, and I was just wanting to be a part of a tradition that was so powerful, and so it moved you to want to work hard to work. And then you came to the school. Delta State also backed you in that, and I was very happy with just being a part of Delta State and being able to be on those 2 championship teams and participate with those girls. And I got the award today, and some other ones got it. But if you look at it, it was a whole team thing. It was a whole team thing. Life lessons that I say I've learned from Delta State is that no matter what it is, no matter where it is, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. And with a good backing like Delta State, you're not going to fail. Right, I'm still trying to understand how I received it. You know, it's like, but it means the world to me. It lets me know that everybody appreciates the work that not only that I did, but as my team did, and we appreciate it greatly. We appreciate it greatly.